menjemput dan mempersilakan Yang Berbahagia Datuk Asma binti Ismail, Naib Canselor Universiti Sains Malaysia untuk menyampaikan Perutusan Tahunan Naib Canselor 2018 yang bertajuk Making USM a Preferred University by Design. Silakan Datuk.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam satu Malaysia, salam satu Universiti Sains Malaysia. Terima kasih kepada pengacara majlis. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Mustafa Mansur, Pro-Chancellor Universiti Sains Malaysia. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Dr. J. Tyson Manika Vasagam, Pro-Chancellor Universiti Sains Malaysia. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Dr. Zulkifli A. Hassan, Pengurusi Lembaga Governor Universiti Sains Malaysia. Yang berbahagia Profesor Datuk Dr. Ahmad Zakaria, suami tercinta dan dikasihi. Yang berbahagia ahli-ahli Lembaga Governor Universiti Sains Malaysia, semua timbalan-timbalan Naib Chancellor Universiti Sains Malaysia yang saya kasihi, pegawai-pegawai utama universiti, tetamu-tetamu kenamaan universiti, all captains of the industries, thank you for being here. Semua warga USM yang saya kasihi, wakil-wakil media, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sekalian. Before I proceed, I would like to say this. It takes a large number of people to actually make today a success. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand to all the unsung heroes who have spent so much time to make today a success. What I'm going to be talking today is the second of my annual address. The first one was last year in 2017. This is now 2018, and I'm going to be talking about making USM a preferred university by design, ataupun Merekayasa USM sebagai Universiti Pilihan. I'll be covering on disruptive changes and their impact on higher education. What are we going to do about it? We hear it all the time, but what are we going to do about it? And making USM the preferred university by design. Alhamdulillah, syukur, genap sekarang ni 1 tahun, 4 bulan, 21 hari, beberapa minit dan second. Saya sekarang ni menjadi Vice Chancellor at Universiti Sains Malaysia. Saya sentiasa #syukur selalu di atas semua kurniaan Tuhan dan tunjuk ajarnya kepada saya dan pengurusan tertinggi USM untuk membawa universiti tercinta ini ke mercu kejayaan. Banyak pencapaian, banyak anugerah serta pengiktirafan yang telah universiti ini perolehi pada tahun 2017. Semua warga universiti, daripada staf, daripada kaki tangan akademik, pengurusan dan pentadbiran telah menjulang nama universiti di peringkat kebangsaan mahupun ke pesada dunia. What I want to say to you is that at the end of the day, USM headline KPIs in 2016 kita ada sedikit merah 23.1%. The aim of the game is to no longer have red for this university. And in 2017, alhamdulillah, kita telah mendapat 64.3% hijau, 35.7% kuning dan tiada merah. Therefore, tahniah kepada semua. I want to say here for 2017, thank you to the Chancellors, Pro-Chancellor, Deputy Vice-Chancellors, HODs, Heads of Departments, Deans, Pengarah, all kaki tangan academic, staff and donors for making this university a great university. Thank you to all the students, student leaders, and to all the students of USM for also carrying the flag. Thank you pada semua warga USM. Thank you everyone for a great 2017. Okay, let's begin the serious discussion on disruptive changes and their impact on higher education. Let me begin by saying that nothing is more solid than the traditional brick and mortar university, and we think that the university as we understand it today will still be here tomorrow. And if you say yes, and you believe that the university should not change, then there is no need to change. We just concentrate on being a university that offers quality education, because we believe that when we are good, people will come to us. And because we think we are good, and because we are in charge, we say to the students, work for higher education and earn your degree. Because we are in charge again, we make courses available, we design what we think is the best fit curriculum, we state what is our criteria for accessibility to the degree program, and we tell you how long it will take to earn your degree, and we tell you to be here, not from your house, not in your office, but you have got to be here in this university for 4 years, and you've got to work hard for your degree. And when you finish your study after 4 years, and you finish your requirements for graduation, we create a great day called convocation, and we give you your degree. We hope that you have learned something useful while you're here in USM, and you can use that knowledge for the next journey in life. This concept, ladies and gentlemen, is known as learn to earn. You learn first, work hard, get your degree, and then you earn. We say this because we think that the degree is our trump card. Nobody else can give this degree. Only the university can give this degree. So the degree is our trump card. Or is it? Because the world is changing, and we need to keep pace with the challenges of the 21st century. We have the accelerating pace of change due to the digital age, the disruptive technologies brought by Industry 4.0, global economic crisis and global competition due to globalization. All these have created disruptive change in higher education. The convergence of artificial intelligence and hyperconnectivity or internet has not only enhanced productivity, but also creating a disruptive change in our lives. We no longer use taxis, we use Grab car. That is an example of disruptive change, whether we like it or not. The era of advances in technology due to Industry 4.0 like data analytics, 3D printing, machine learning, IoT, robotics, automation, all that is now here to stay. And because of that, we can no longer do things in silo. We need to move now to transdisciplinary or multidisciplinary. And in combination with digital era, ideas can now cross border easily, and therefore collaboration and information sharing now becomes very important. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, is about collaborative economy. Therefore, in order to have collaboration, we need collaboration because we need to co-learn, and then we can co-create. So it is no longer now about being in control, about being in charge, and be secretive about information. Now it's about collaborative networking, it's about sharing of information. And collaborative economy, basically, is based on trust and trustworthiness. Do you have the character that people can trust? If they look at your face, mono a mono, when we are talking, do we inculcate trust with the other person? Because without trust, there will be no sharing of information, nor any best practices would become out of it. So therefore, education now needs to inculcate values, integrity, teamwork. These now play a very important role in the way we educate the future generation of Malaysia. Of course, the question will now be, what is the impact of this disruptive change to higher education? Let me tell you one thing. Higher education is getting to be expensive. Student debts are rising due to the loan taken to pay for tuition fees, PTPTN, all that is a loan, it's no longer beasiswa, right? And admissions, and if you think that, private university is expensive, and you say admission to public university is cheaper, more affordable, okay, but for undergraduate, not for postgrad, all right? But then again, they have another problem. Admissions to public university, the 20 public universities, admission is limited. The number of seats available is limited. And most subject matters, all right, learned are probably not practical nor adaptable to a changing world, especially when 65% of jobs tomorrow are not here today. So the status quo, ladies and gentlemen, about higher education and being a higher education provider needs to change. So higher education can no longer remain status quo. We need to change. And now we want to discuss about that trump card called the degree. Of course, now we have to ask the question, what is the value of the degree? With the advent of globalization and global economic crisis, employers now want industry-ready graduates. And today, industries hire graduates with competency and skills rather than graduates with a degree, even if that graduate comes from Harvard. Dia datanglah daripada Harvard pun, kalau dia tidak ada kompetensi, dia tidak ada skill, nobody will hire that graduate. And the trend now is also changing. Instead of getting, okay, where's your degree? Now employers are saying, what can you do? Can you do this? Can you do it brilliantly? Because now employers are accepting non-degree credentials, all right? And provide certificates. As long as you provide certificate from Western Digital, from Novartis, from Maybank, they has trained you. So now employers are hiring this kind of graduates. Then we have this disruptive change called gig economy. Gig economy means there's a lot of us now who have the skill, but we can now offer to do the job without contract. And we can offer to do the job for less. Jadi employer mana tak nak you? So bagi mereka yang bersara pilihan, this is something that you can now do. The skill that you have can now be offered. So employers now will obtain a cheaper but more effective workforce to perform the tasks required based on their competency and skill. All right? So now we find that there is now a new change in town. Competency and skills now matters. So the degree, as we know it, is slowly but surely beginning to lose its value. So again, I put to you, higher education needs to undergo change. Then again, the students are also changing. Before, during my younger days, we say, whatever, and the students now say, gapa ever. And I say, send separate messages to me, and the students say, yes, PM tepi. So even the students and the kind of language they're using is changing, and we from the old school probably needs to catch up. Because the students nowadays are always connected. You know, they go everywhere with this handphone of theirs, right? Easier and faster, basically, to get information via internet than reading a book. And we have many professors say, if you don't know how to read a book, you cannot graduate. You have to feel that paper. Yes, the students are reading the book, but the book is digital. They no longer touch paper. And if they go digital, knowledge is now available upon demand. As I'm talking, gig economy, apakah bendanya gig economy? There, you can now Google and you can find out GIG, what the is GIG, and it will tell you immediately what GIG is. So this is definitely now different from the yesteryears of students who passively sit down, listen to your lecture, and think that you're God. All right? And these kind of students never question you. They take down everything you say as if these are pearls of wisdom, and they read from printed textbooks and they write little essays. Now they copy off from the internet. So the new students now require a new learning paradigm and a new learning experience and new learning space. Mungkin bukan dalam konsep begini sekarang seperti classroom. All this while at USM and all the public universities, we always concentrate on student kemasukan, admission based on UPU. And we forgot that there's a large number of students out there, and these are called the non-traditionals. They are members of the workforce. They are lifelong learners. We forgot about them. We concentrate only on students that come in melalui UPU. So there are many more potential students that are already working, and they too, even though they are working in the workforce, they too need accessibility to higher education in order to learn, to upgrade their knowledge and skill sets with or without a degree. These are called non-traditional students. They are members of the workforce, either government or industry, and they are lifelong learners. Because right now, these non-traditional students, they have varying levels of education and experience. They cannot afford 4 years to complete their university degree because they have to juggle family and other responsibilities while they are completing their studies. And they need to work part-time or full-time. So what you going to do about these students? Because to them, degrees should be about how much the students learned rather than how many hours they spend in the classroom. For these students, it's different. It's not about earning the degree now. For these students, competency-based education becomes very attractive compared to the traditional model. And in the United States, we find that the non-traditional students stand at 75% and only 25% are actually in the university. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we move into the era of income generation, non-traditional students now become a new marketplace for higher education. The disruptive change also now has brought about the fact that knowledge is ubiquitous, is everywhere. With the digital age, knowledge is no longer confined to the classroom and the lecture halls. Knowledge is available faster and upon demand and available at the fingertips. MOOCs, kita dah ada MOOCs sekarang ni that have enhanced accessibility to higher education. And concepts like edX, from Harvard, have got many courses taught by Harvard professors that is now made available, sometimes even free. And students now Google instead of going to the library. So the librarians also need to figure out how to attract the students to stay in the library because most of them are getting all the information via Google. And they can get access to all the lectures taught by the best in the world without having to leave home. And one good thing about this is that women who are not allowed to go to universities can now get to learn via the internet. So with all this, why bother to study in the university when you can study from home? We can study from your workplace. Why bother to come to the university? The global economic crisis has created the biggest tsunami impact to the universities. Operational budgets to support the university now start to decrease. It is no longer going to come back to what it was before. Public universities in Malaysia overnight needs to now find means and measures to stay alive. And with the rising salary of staff, emolument actually makes up the biggest chunk of the operational at the university. So now, vice chancellors of public university needs to be having entrepreneurial mindset. No longer just about academic. Dia kena balance, dia kena hebat dua-dua. Academic pun hebat dan menjadi entrepreneur pun hebat. Public universities now need to be entrepreneurial and generate surplus. Bukan profit. We are not a private higher education. We are public higher education. We generate enough money to create a surplus that can now make our university advance to the next level. Then again, lecturers are also changing. We have in this university a mixture of the young ones, the middle one, and then there is the mature ones. Right? Today, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Google now takes over, and professors in the university are no longer the fountains of knowledge. Because it's faster to get Professor Google to answer than Professor Asma to answer. Okay? Lecturers can be anywhere with video conferencing or online. So now we are evolving from being the guru or expert towards now being a guide to allow the students to discover learning and critical thinking. Dulu we teach. We don't know whether they learn or not. We teach. Now we have to now encourage them to learn. You see the difference? You no longer teach. You guide them to learn. All right? So lecturers or educators also now need to be retrained and accredited with the new delivery of learning and teaching. Then there is the problem of competition. Globalization has also increased competition among the universities. The new emerging change that we see now is to convert to 30% teaching, 70% online. And once we convert to 70% online, suddenly it makes the university more attractive and more competitive. And suddenly the students are no longer these UPU students that we have to take care of, or the postgraduate students that is now inside this university, but now the students is all over the world. Okay? So, to survive, universities of today basically have to increase quality, they have to increase student numbers, but they have to lower the cost. So how are we going to do this? That is my next question. What you gonna do about it? The end game for all Malaysian higher education is three. 3R. Respected, referred, relevant. Used to be, these are the 3R for USM. But now, 3R is part of the blueprint. And now all universities have to undergo 3R. So 3R is no longer exclusive to University Sains Malaysia. Semua universiti sekarang ni, public or private, has to be undergoing 3R. And if that's the case, why come to USM? We have to ask that question. Why come to USM? Because everybody else is also doing 3R. So, the big question still haunts us. What we gonna do about it? We can be averse, fear of change. Ramai dalam bilik ini mungkin fear of change. We are familiar and comfortable with what we know. So we say, maintain status quo. Apa nak tukar-tukar sangat? Maintain status quo. Or we can be complacent, unaffected, don't know, don't care. Janji ada nasi belau, ada nasi lemak, ada roti canai tiap-tiap hari, who cares? Apa dia nak buat change, ikut dia lah. Or we can do strategic adoption. #change, but do it USM style. Okay? So, we know that we need to undergo change. I mean, any rational thinking person in the room knows you have to undergo change. But change towards what? This is the question that we want to ask. Because with global competition and impact of disruptive change, relevance is not everything. Sudah. Relevance is not everything. Last year she tells me 3R, referred, relevant and, apa yang kata tadi dah? Lupa lah. Respected. Engkau. Relevant. Now what is she telling me now pula dah? Distinctiveness matters. What is so unique about you that's going to make people want to come to USM? It's not about being relevant. Semua orang pun dah mula change their courses to be relevant. I told you 3R is no longer exclusive only to Universiti Sains Malaysia. So now we have to ask the question, what is so unique about USM? This, when we start to talk and ask this question, what is so unique about USM? This is no longer about ranking. Jadi semua profesor dalam bilik ni yang terlalu allergic to ranking, don't worry, we are not talking about ranking. Being high in the ranking cannot stop this disruptive change in higher education. We need to be prepared today with strategic differentiation. Alright? Because it is understood that it's hard to please all the stakeholders all of the time. But it's very important to ask the question, are you the preferred university each time? The question then, is USM the preferred one? Okay, let's look at our apex. Ramai lupa dah what the is apex. Apex, apa tu apex? Okay, let me remind everybody about apex. Okay, we got the status of apex in 2008. Hafal benda ni sebab from now on Dr. Musa semua kenaikan pangkat saya minta untuk tanya soalan ni kepada calon-calon yang ingin kenaikan pangkat. Sebab kalau dia tak tahu pasal universiti dia sendiri, macam mana dia dapat kenaikan pangkat dalam universiti ini? Alright, after this I know my slides will now go viral. Okay, sebab nak hafal slide ni. Okay, apex. Ladies and gentlemen, we got apex in 2008. Bukan 2009, bukan 2010. Hello, 2008. Hafal. Okay. The vision of apex is to transform higher education for a sustainable tomorrow. USM, our mission is to be a pioneering transdisciplinary research intensive that empowers the bottom billion and transform their economic well-being. But you lupa one thing. Tiap-tiap kali kita tengok video transformation, kita nampak yang ni transform bottom billion, bottom billion. Kalau tanya driver saya pun dia kata apa benda ni? Bottom billion, punggung beribu ya. So that he can tell me. Alright, but bottom line, he forgot also, and everybody else also forgot about the values of apex. You forgot this part. The values of apex, daripada dulu lagi kita kata dah this university must provide quality, must provide equity, availability, accessibility, affordability, and whatever we do gotta be appropriate to the culture of the people that we use as the target audience or the target client. Kita dah janji benda ni, right? Tapi kita lupa. And the trust of this university, tak payah saya tanya. This university stress on knowledge. This university kata daripada dulu lagi USM must be future oriented. This university dari dulu lagi kata USM must be unique. Alright? And must be sustainable, must be ada humanity, universality. This university must change. It's there in our constitution. This university must sacrifice and this university must tunjuk wellness. Sebab tu USM fit tu tadi. What am I doing? I'm just asking you to remember what this university is, because many of you have forgotten. And this university daripada dulu lagi dah kata any solution to R&D must go from brains to business to humanity. Sebab kita pun ikut agenda research university, from brains, idea kita to business. Sebab kita mesti undergo wealth creation. But at the end of the day, we must use the innovation that we have developed for the good of humanity. Itu janji-janji kita. So under the Apex program, we were the chosen one. We were in line with the SDG daripada zaman jahiliah lagi, since we address inclusiveness, the bottom billion tu tadi, and our values will always produce balanced graduate. Kalau USM remember this, dah lama USM is the one, bila as soon as blueprint tu keluar, USM should be the champion. Sebab kita dah buat lama lagi sebelum university punya, sebelum ministry produce the higher education blueprint. Since 2008, we were the preferred university by MOHE. Tan Sri Zul was the KSU. 8 university, semuanya challenge to get Apex status. We have a committee at MOHE that datang evaluate every university. Masing-masing semua cerita dia hebat, ranking lah, gedebak-gedebuk benda. But we are different. We say this university has values, this university has trust, this university is here to help humanity. This university follows inclusive development. This university dari dulu lagi believe in the sustainable development goals. And for that, the panel said, this university is different. And that's why this university is unique enough to be given the Apex status. And today, we are the preferred university. So the question sekarang ni, dengan industri 4.0, dengan all these things, is Apex still relevant? Ni menolong pada humanity ni rasa macam so soft, whether we should be now, go hardball on IoT, on artificial intelligence, on disruptive machine learning, deep learning, maybe we should go to that. So I asked MPRC to go around the campus and ask 3 simple questions. What is Apex University? Sebab kalau tanya budak-budak ni, dia nanti kata, why you come here? Oh, because USM is the Apex University. What is Apex ni? Siapa pun tak boleh jawab. Okay, so, and when did we get Apex status? Ramai tak boleh jawab. Okay, and do you think we have achieved Apex? Many have no idea. Do you know why? Do you know why most of you have no idea about Apex? Because we had grand ideas, but we did not follow up with action plan. Without action plan, ladies and gentlemen, we will not unlock policies that will facilitate the Apex agenda. And because we don't have this policy, we also do not monitor any outcomes of the Apex agenda. Sebab itulah ramai tak tahu tentang what is Apex. And as a result of that, many batches of students have graduated since 2008, but no one asked nor monitor if they had Apex values in their DNA. No one asked because there was no monitoring. So the question now is that, is Apex still relevant? So in the days, ladies and gentlemen, of disruptive change, with the advent of Industry 4.0, the last bastion between human and machines is about putting people in the center. It's about values, and the end game is about humanity. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, Apex is very much relevant. So the big questions now for the university, for USM to be the preferred university, what is our strategic differentiation? What is so unique about USM that we will attract majority of or a chosen target group of students? Can we be the magnet that will attract the majority of our stakeholders? So in striving for uniqueness, barulah we lead, barulah kita ni menjadi anak sulung dan bukan sentiasa menjadi anak bongsu. Faham? Anak sulung will lead. Dia akan memimpin. Anak bongsu dipimpin. Orang lain dah buat, baru kita nak join the bandwagon. Inilah saya panggil anak bongsu. Jadi sekarang ni, motto of this university, we lead. Kita perlu menjadi anak sulung in most of the activities that we want to do. But we need big ideas to answer the questions that we just posed. So, the next thing is, how should USM address the big questions by design? So, to do that, kita ada bengkel plan strategik dan pembangunan plan tindakan USM 2018-2020. Sekarang ni nampak tak? Plan strategi kita tak mainlah 5 tahun. 5 tahun is too long. With disruptive change, we kata 3 tahun, halas. We need to change. If our plan is for 5 years, we don't have time to change. Orang lain dah pergi ke bulan, kita masih duk buat benda yang sama. So sekarang ni kita kata, kita akan buat this planning only for 3 years. Alright? We will ask the question, this is the big questions that Tan Sri Tengku Mahalil, our LG board, has posed to us. Where you are today, where you want to go. And because you know where you want to go, then you ask the question, where is the university now? Di peringkat local, national, global, what areas are we strong? What areas are we weak? Then how do we plan to get there? Because that's what we want to be. So how do we plan to get there? And when should we get there? And what system should be in place if we want to get there? Okay? So, to do this, dulu kita caca marba. Sat ada idea baru, sat blueprint, sat new economic model, tak tahu mana. So, lah ni kita align dengan blueprint dan everything else that the government wants to be done for the country. Senang sikit buat kerja. Kita punya KPI pun senang deliver. So USM strategic plan for 2018 to 2020 will now be aligned to the blueprint, assure integration of the arts and science, because sekarang ni as we go to disruptive change, you now see integration of arts and science very important in order to move forward. It's no longer just about STEM alone, and we need to align to the Apex agenda because that keeps us on our roots. We have to face facts that we must take care of people first, values must be first, and we will do it USM style with strategic differentiation that will ensure that USM is in the lead. And we must do it in line juga dengan Sustainable Development Goals, alright, to ensure take care of poverty, well-being and all that, all these 17 areas. And it has also to be in line with the Minister of Higher Education mandate 2018, knowledge, industry, humanity. So we will try to show you how we are planning to do this. This, in essence, is USM strategic model to be a preferred university. We will study the politics, the economic, the social, the technology, the legal, the environment, the pastel. We will do the SWOT analysis, and after we have done that, which we have done, that's how we come up with the USM big ideas. And that these big ideas must undergo ABC, which is to align to the Malaysian Education Blueprint, A. B is to have a business orientation model. C is to raise the competency of the talent, because dulu kita tak tahu mana kita nak hala. Kalau kita dah tahu mana kita nak hala, then now we will make sure that we train the lecturers, the staff to now be aligned to where we want to go. And D, always, whatever we do, hashtag anak sulung. Where is the strategic differentiation that we want to be? Barulah sekarang kita boleh declare kita ada 3R. To be relevant, to be referred, to be respected, to be a preferred university. We will be sharing with you, town hall sessions will be done to get your feedback and inputs. Alright? So now I'd like to share with you the strategies that need to be aligned to the blueprint. First, for all the students in the hall, let's discuss about hebat. This is hebat students of University Science Malaysia. I say this and I say this over and over again. You are USM and USM is you. How you behave, what you do, your success is USM success. Because, again, you are USM and USM is you. So as an Apex university with Apex trust and values, USM is committed to produce graduates with the right attributes in order to be relevant to the challenges of the 21st century. So, shift 1. Dalam blueprint, semua ada 10 shift. but the one that UNESCO, Stanford, Harvard said the best that Malaysian higher education blueprint has, which is different from other blueprints in the world, is Shift 1. The ability to produce holistic, entrepreneurial, and balanced graduate, and to show evidence of how this is to be done with integrated CGPA. Okay, so H, holistic, entrepreneurial, balanced. This is by the ministry, and articulate and thinking graduate is hashtag USM style. Therefore, hebat. And when you now have hebat, how do you measure the student have hebat? If you don't measure, how to monitor? So you have to create this hebat index. And this hebat index will include words like altruism, leadership, entrepreneurial, all this, BAT, semuanya ada kat sini. So you can take your time to look at this. But what's important is that for HEPA and the gang to develop now, execute and measure the hebat index. It's going to be a very difficult thing to do, but it's not impossible to be done. Okay? And the government has already said, if you want to measure a balanced graduate, then you do integrated CGPA. So we have that, but we also have now the hebat index that can also now be measured. It is intangible, and we will now develop the index to how to measure this. So we can do this separately, mana dia nampak the ICGPA, and then dia nampak the hebat, ataupun it can be interspersed onto the spider web. So this is something that we will figure out later this year. Barulah bila kita ada this measurement, you can now say, I am USM by design. Barulah sekarang kita boleh menonjolkan pelajar-pelajar kita untuk memenangi anugerah tokoh siswa negara. Ini yang merupakan KPI pada Datuk Adnan. Saya ni tunggu lama dah bila nak dapat lagi ni tokoh siswa negara ni. So therefore Datuk Adnan, this will be your year to deliver for us. The next question is, what needs to be in place to ensure hebat graduates? We cannot be talking PM-tepi. All this while, PM-tepi tahu, semua on the side. All this intangible community engagement, gedebak-gedebuk, semua kita buat sebagai koke. Kalau koke, ada budak buat, ada budak tak buat. So we've got to now institutionalize by developing policies and guidelines to make sure now service learning, entrepreneurial skills development and innovation is now integral to the curriculum, right? And to create this global mindset of our students, we're going to expand program to develop students now with global mindset. And our big idea now is to have USM go global, one passport, one student. Semua pelajar USM coming in akan ada pasport, sebab sebelum dia graduate, dia mesti keluar to go to another country to learn about the culture of the people. Alright, so it's going to be compulsory. We will start this in badges or in progress for certain programs dahulu before the whole university. So at least 1 week overseas exposure program as part of the academic and entrepreneurial activity like mobility ke, ataupun APUSEN mobility ke, ataupun ASINET ataupun IMTGT punya program. So there's a lot that I can share after this. We also want to teach you 21st century skills by changing the way we are teaching the students, by providing a better learning experience and learning space for the students to now have learning and innovation skills, digital literacy skills, and career and life skill. And this is where Professor Farhan, KPI for the year, to be able now to introduce flexible and adaptable programs by this university. Another very important one is to do frivo education. Okay, tertanya di hati kecil, what the is frivo education? Short for frivolous education. Frivolous education, mari universiti buat frivolous education. This is under the new concept yang launch tadi, micro-credential. You never know what kind of skill you need. Yes, you are a lecturer, but do you know how to change your tires bila tire pancit? Of course not. So, frivolous education will allow you to learn how to change. You are the swami. Bila isteri decide to go on vacation, do you know how to cook for yourself? Instead of pergi kedai lah. So, do you know how to do this? Alright. Say you want to be a good coffee maker. You can be a good coffee barista by now learning how to be a good barista. Ini sebab saya dah tengok Coffee Prince. So that's why I also now you need to also learn that. Alright. So these are frivolous education, may not seem important, but you never know you're gonna need it one day. And you can do this without having a degree. You can do it cara lifelong learning. And this is frivolous education. Alright. The next one is to inculcate the APEX sustainability agenda in the hebat students. This is now so very important because students nowadays tak boleh kalau tak ada handphone. Right? Lecturer pun tak boleh kalau tak ada handphone, tambah pula student. Okay? This is creating technology addiction. Because among the connected, the more connected you are, the more lonely you become with less and less human interaction. Betul tak? That is a fact now. Can I meet you? Oh yeah, sure, let's Skype. Tak mau dah jumpa face to face in the kopitiam. Okay, so things are changing. So therefore, macam mana kita nak pastikan pelajar-pelajar APEX ni is touching base with humanity. And we asked to do this via community engagement. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it takes a whole village to educate a child. The student doesn't learn everything from the classroom. The student will learn a lot from the outside. This is experiential learning. Okay? This is now the new buzzword. Kita dulu panggil community service, bakti siswa. Tapi sekarang dah tukar jadi community engagement. Sebab we are not talking about service, we are talking about help giving the fishing rod and not the fish. That is community engagement. Now suddenly, the world is talking about social learning. Sama je, experiential learning, social learning, community engagement, sama, right? This now suddenly starts to play center stage, and this we will do for university. The exposure to other religion, culture, and various socio-economic environment are essential to nurture broad-mindedness. Pelajar USM, pelajar APEX have got to be broad-minded, thinkers, and adaptable. This is very important. Ni bangsa tak boleh adapt, susah. You can only do your way, your style, susah. Because things are changing. As I said, disruptive change is happening very fast. Right? And more important, the ability to interact and work with others. Because as I said, tomorrow with collaborative economy, trust and trustworthiness must be there. So Jim, Professor Rahman, TNC, Jim, sekarang ni, will now pastikan community engagement strive will now be the center stage to produce students who are not only knowledgeable but with values and also caring dengan heart or cult, as they say. So this is very much in line dengan APEX agenda and the SDG. And I said many times about APUSEN. Of course, what is APUSEN? APUSEN, bukan APUCEN. Okay. APUSEN, or Asia Pacific Community Engagement Network, and USM's collaborative partners will be the platform to send outbound USM students under the One Passport, One Student initiative. Lah ni bila saya cakap dengan MPP, semuanya berasa nak pergi India. Sebab kita punya Belgaum campus in India. Mati akai, tak tahu nak pergi mana dah. What I'm going to share with you, under APUSEN, you can go to 93 institutions in 19 countries around the world. So students, when they go to this One Passport, One Student or USM Going Global, bukan pergi well-well atau bukan pergi seronok-seronok. When you go there, you are undergoing community engagement on a project. Okay, and when you go out there, this is the time we train you to listen to the needs of the community. Bukan you tell makcik, pakcik, this is the way to do things because you are the clever one, because you are the one in the university. Hello, listen. This is now talking about community engagement. That means you go up there, ask makcik, pakcik, what is it that you want from us? Then come back to the classroom, work in a multidisciplinary mode, engineers, medical, social science, work together to now provide solutions that is needed by the community. This is the way you learn to connect the dots between what you learn in the classroom and what is actually now happening on the ground. Right? And only then can you touch base with humanity. Only then you are not so naive. You will now know what exactly kemiskinan, problem yang sekarang ni society has. But while you are there, you are supposed to be thinking graduate. And a thinking graduate will also see opportunities. That's how you become an entrepreneur. When you are there in the community, you see what the community wants. What the solution you offer may also be that something you can commercialize. So it will also create this entrepreneurial mindset out of you. And the experience gain will also lead to innovative solutions, as I said, for wealth creation and enhance the quality of life. Ladies and gentlemen, USM has taken this leadership in social and experiential learning. Tapi ramai yang masih tak tahu tentang APUSEN. Alright, so in APUSEN, we have created synergy through partnership. And this is a consortium of APUSEN of various universities that believe that universities and community can unite to co-create knowledge and enhance social, economic, health, education, culture, heritage, environment, etc. for the region of the Asia Pacific. Big minds with big hearts. And this APUSEN is also the platform for corporate social responsibility, for capacity building of the people in the area by volunteerism, by both students and staff, service learning, experiential learning, and also place where you do community-based research. So this is where we combine strength in impactful global engagement to solve local and global issues. Look at all this. Semua countries ni have universities that are members of APUSEN. And APUSEN is such that USM takes the lead. The Vice Chancellor of University Science Malaysia will always chair APUSEN. The Deputy Pengurusi can come from any country, but the chairperson will always be USM. And the members of APUSEN include all the 20 public universities, some of the private universities, and universities from 93 institutions from 19 countries around the world. So now, with USM going global, one student, one passport, the student now can choose any of the 93 universities to now do their community engagement. So APUSEN has now gone beyond Asia Pacific sebab Germany, Canada, semua dah minat untuk join this aspect called social learning. To the point. Ini baru saja kita dapat ni, to the point that UNESCO now recognize USM as the preferred university for community engagement. USM is now going to be the hub for knowledge for change. K4C, bukan KFC. KFC dah jadi lain pula dah. So, knowledge for change. We purposely K4C, knowledge for change. So, boleh tak kita from now on jangan duk main lah perkataan knowledge transfer, knowledge. We now talk about knowledge for change. K4C. Jangan KFC dah jadi lain, okay? This is now the consortium for training community-based research. Kalau dalam universiti ni masih ada mereka yang tidak mempercayai, betul ke ni? Sebab kita semua ni kan evidence-based, kan? Okay, so now I will share with you the testimony video from Dr. Rajesh Tandon, UNESCO Chair for Community-Based Research and Social Responsibility in Higher Education.
Hello, I'm Rajesh Tandon, UNESCO Chair on Community-Based Research and Social Responsibility in Higher Education. My co-chair, Dr. Bud Hall, and I have been associated with the great effort that University Science Malaysia has been doing in promoting deeper community engagement, not only in Malaysia but beyond. Bud and I were available at the founding meeting of Asia Pacific Community University Engagement that was hosted by USM many years ago in Penang. We would very much like to extend our Knowledge for Change Global Consortium to include Malaysia and hopefully have a hub at USM for training next generation of community-based participatory researchers. Do let us know if it makes some interest to you. Thank you.
So, we will then continue to have USM going global with ASEANet. That means ASEAN Student Entrepreneurship Network will go hand in hand with APUSEN to create now specific focus for student entrepreneurship, so that our students is no longer creating business for Malaysia, but also creating business and creating networking throughout the 19 countries, right? And this is initiated by MPP USM in 2016, and this year's network conference will be hosted by Universitas Syah Kuala. And because we are the lead, and because we are going to be the training hub for CAVE Knowledge for Change, I think this is time that we create an e-journal for community and industry engagement. Professor Rahman, this is your job to now create this visibility and branding for community engagement and volunteerism practiced by Malaysian higher education and our partner universities in ASEAN or in the APUSEN network. And I hope that USM will spearhead this venture soon this year. Okay, how do we address the non-traditional students? This is the statistic even Farhan has not seen, that shows statistik daftar ijazah pertama USM from 2008 hingga 2017. What is it saying? Right? We have people yang international, jarak jauh dan sebagainya. We find that the international in yellow is no longer expand, the brick and mortar can no longer expand. We find that intake is stabilizing. Overall enrollment also stabilizing. PPJJ, color biru, is also stabilizing. So everything that we see is stabilizing. Warga yang color biru, this is regarding postgraduate, Professor Rosman. The locals also stabilizing. Bukan warga, the red, also stabilizing. Overall, stabilizing. So the intake of traditional students that come in melalui UPU or the regular way of coming and staying in the university is now stabilizing. Therefore, kalau inilah cara kita nak income generate, we're not going to make it. Because the numbers is not enough to sustain this university. We gotta change. That's why there is a pressing need now for university to create a more inclusive learning environment that would empower and democratize education for the non-traditional learners who also need to upgrade their knowledge and skills. That's why I asked Encik Muhammad from PSDC to be here, because we are ready to now work together. Because now there is a need for us to be able now to upgrade the skills of the workforce from the government and the industry, and also include lifelong learners who may or may not want to pursue a degree, and above all, Pak Din, to make sure that our alumni is also taken care of. I mean, we've got 100,000 over alumni. I'm sure some of them want also to upgrade their knowledge. Who can they turn to if not their alma mater? So this is now why we need to play this big role to help our alma mater juga. So how now do we provide accessibility to flexible and personalized learning experience that is affordable to all these non-traditional students and lifelong partners? other words, I'm asking this question, how can we make higher education work for you? And that's why competency-based online micro-credential now becomes very important, very relevant at the time of disruptive change. Because with the advent of ICT, University Science Malaysia will now be able to offer flexible lifelong learning opportunity to the non-traditional learners through competency-based online micro-credential program. And you've seen how this is now being done. It was launched this morning. So this flexible model will now allow the students to pay for the credential and collect badges on the basis of their own. So you boleh study 1 hour, you collect badge. You study another hour, you collect badge. So if you don't have the time, you don't have the money, you don't collect any badge. You relax. This is now no longer about students wanting to be here for convocation. These students do not undergo convocation. They will undergo now promotion in their work because they complete their punya degree. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's a different ball game now. So these will be students who will now undergo stackable program. Learn as you at your own pace, at your own time, and get a degree if you want to at your own time, or just get enough knowledge for what you want to know about. This is the concept of earn and learn. UPU students yang ada dalam hall ni is learn to earn. Kena belajar dulu baru boleh pergi dapat kerja. But people who are already working, why not we say to them, earn and learn. While you are working, you learn and you dapat upgrade your own personal development. So micro-credentials, ladies and gentlemen, will now be the new marketplace for income generation of the university. And we will do this in phases. We will start first with Malaysia's professional educators and at all levels for schools and for university, and then we will move immediately now to the corporate and the industry needs. And also to the needs of the lifelong learners, mungkin dengan cara free-board education. So non-traditionals can now earn and learn. When we talk about global prominence, no university can go without talking about global prominence for academic and research and innovation. The Malaysian Higher Education Blueprint stresses on a comprehensive internationalization effort to make Malaysia as the international hub to attract 200,000 international students, both undergraduate and postgraduate, by 2020. But the big question is, why would international students bother to come to USM? Why not just go to UPM, UM now ranked very high. Why not go to UM? Is the USM magnet strong enough? Why would 10 top universities in China choose to come to USM? So what is our magnetic index? What is the strength of our magnet? What will it take to ensure that our magnetic index is high constantly? Bukan on-off, constantly. So we now want to design the Apex Global Magnetic Index for academic and research prominence. So in order to be a global player that is respected, referred, and relevant, there is a need to create an Apex Global Magnetic Index to monitor as well as assess the status or level of global prominence of our academic research program and other activities offered. Saya tak mau dengar dah dekan-dekan mana kata, oh kita punya program hebat weh, sebab ramai budak nak. Well, how do I know that? Is you telling me that? What is the evidence to say that your program truly is fantastic worldwide? So this is where the index again will now be developed to now measure this. So, but in the meantime, while we're trying to create the Apex Global Magnetic Index, we are already creating global centers. Global centers with our long-term partners. Lifelong tu suami saya. Long-term partner, okay? Osaka University have already declared USM as its global campus. Global campus Osaka, USM ni. Alright, so basically, once they declare USM, after 12 years of being together, dia kata, USM, I give you the status of Osaka University Global Campus. Alright, meaning to say, pelajar-pelajar USM can now go to Osaka, dapat scholarship lagi untuk pergi Osaka, because they consider pelajar USM sama macam pelajar Osaka. Then we have our long-term relationship with RICAN. 22 years of research collaboration with RICAN, to the point RICAN never left Japan except for 2 universities. One in USM at Inform and another one at University Malaya. So RICAN has also offered 10 PhD posts and unlimited number of visits by staff or student for short stints at RICAN in order to do research with RICAN, state-of-the-art research with RICAN. Then we have just a visit by Université de Lorraine, which is from France. Dah 19 years this year and going to be the 20th year next year, celebrating our 50th year anniversary. We also discussed and agreed to form now the Global Center USMUL. Okay, so we have got all this magnet that we have. So this will now be included in the APEX Global Magnetic Index to serve as an indicator for USM to gauge her global prominence efforts. And to that, Professor Farhan and Professor MJ will now be involved together to form this APEX indicator together with Professor Rahman. And somewhere along the line, Datuk Nan tak nak kerja tak, boleh nambah lagi deh. Okay, sambah lagi. Okay. And with the theme Innovation for Inclusive Development, research activities within USM in 2018 will now undergo rebranding. We cannot be doing research the way tak apa. We have to have research with impact. And we now have to go rebranding that will allow integration of sustainable development into all of the research activities at USM. So as an RU, Research University, we are also into fundamentals and frontier research, but with an end game of inclusive development for humanity, high-tech, high-touch. Research using technologies laid out in Industry 4.0 will definitely be part of what we work with. High-tech, but for humanity, high-touch. Various strategies and action plans will be rolled out in 2018 to adopt working with the quadruple helix at the early stage, no longer working with the industry or working with the community at the later stage of the research. Semua research buat kat universiti, baru nak pergi dekat industri ataupun dekat community. No more. When we do research, we will include the community industry at T0 when we are designing the research program itself, so that we get the right value proposition to create the most impact. We will undergo demand-driven research, Professor Rahman will be emphasized, and USM will undergo this time proactive engagement with the industry. No more waiting for the industry to come to us. Hello, we have to change. We now need to be proactively going to the industry. Would you like to work with me? Research for industrial solutions will also now be undertaken. Industry-academia relationship will be strengthened now with the completion of University Innovation Incubator at Science at USM. So sekali lagi, bila nak pergi area tu, jangan tengok dewan tu untuk menikah saja. Sebelah tu is I2U. This is a double tower building, I2U. For members of the industry, this is another new place, not just Science at USM. This is I2U. This is another place with large facilities for you to open up your labs or whatever research, or even your office at the I2U. And this is where you will interact also with members of the university, because all will be in one house. This is our example of academia industry as one. All this doesn't matter anymore unless you show an impact. And this is where community-based translational research, USM at Johor, now comes into play. USM at Johor, mana Johor ni? Negeri Sembilan, hello, Negeri Sembilan, Johor. Okay. This is community-based science research laboratory. Tak pernah lagi universiti yang diberi opportunity sedemikian. Selalunya bila kita nak buat knowledge transfer, kita kena usaha pergi cari kampung manakah untuk for us to now transfer the knowledge of the R&D that we have developed. But now terbalik kot. Right? Yang teramat mulia Datuk Johan Pahlawan Lela Perkasa Setiawan Datuk Muhammad Abdullah in mid-2017 came to see us at USM because Yang Mulia Undang Luar Johor kata, walaupun dia di Negeri Sembilan, walaupun ada USIM di sana, dia prefer to work with USM. USM at Johor will become a showcase area for USM community-based research initiative that is also university-led growth of the area and will facilitate knowledge transfer for knowledge for change to enhance socio-economic development in Johor. Ladies and gentlemen, 50 acres of land in Johor is given to Universiti Sains Malaysia to now undergo translational research kita to help the people in Johor. So we have presented, led by Dato' MJ, to undergo first concept of precision farming, right? Dengan menggunakan IoT. Nah, tak mainlah tumbuh-tumbuh agriculture biasa ni. Kita kan industry 4.0. So precision farming, ecotourism, and distance learning because kita nak meningkatkan capacity building of anak-anak di Johor. Tertanya di hati kecil, kenapa Johor? Sebab Johor is the place of the first Vice Chancellor of Universiti Sains Malaysia. So that's why sebagai anak Johor, and that is why sekarang ni Johor came all the way across many states to come to Penang and work with Universiti Sains Malaysia. We talk about financial sustainability. Finance is one important component for USM to stay competitive and alive. So financial strategy is now there for long-term financial sustainability, for sufficient investment in order for us to now be able to move this university so that we continue to excel in research and as well as education. And we're going to do this by restructuring university business for cost rationalization and income generation activity. We have done all these strategies in 2017, termasuk private wing, termasuk endowment, tapi this year kita nak wakaf dan juga endowment to move even higher. And last year, for information, everybody worked so hard. Our target was 380 million, but we made 256 million. Not bad. 2018, kalau dah boleh dapat 256 million, what is the problem of getting 280 million for 2018? So for 2018, Bendahari dah kata kita akan maintain the 2017 strategies but with improvement on delivery system. So therefore, heads of department, white envelope will still be delivered to your door. Okay? And by June, kita dah menerima mandat all IPTA must move towards being a smart campus order from the ministry, right? So we just now launched our digital payment towards cashless campus under Smart Pay. Actually it's USM Smart. Nampak tak cara tulis tu? So as I said, we will start in phases. Sebab I boleh imagine suami saya sendiri je, right? Nak bayar RM5 aja, nak bawa keluar handphone, nak kena scan QR, nak kena silap saya bulan macam Tan Sri Jaga kata, silap saya bulan RM5 jadi RM5,000, kan? Sebab mata tak nampak, tekan zero terlebih. Okay, but basically semua yang old school ni semacam Profesor Azazi. Kepala pintar tapi telefonnya enggak. Okay, so this is another thing that we need to worry about lah. Because of that, I said to Bendahari, kita tidak boleh buat worldwide, USM wide. Kita kena buat slow and steady. The students yang dah smart merata ni, they can handle it. But the ones yang belum smart merata lagi will do this in phases. Sebab tu, tapi semua orang nak pasal QR code ni tak apa reti. Tapi semua orang sekarang ni rasanya even yang dah senior pun dah faham touch and go. kad touch and go ni amat penting. So sekarang ni kita boleh guna touch and go jugalah. So to do all this. But we'll do this in phases. Yang QR code tu kita akan buat dulu di library dengan sport center, and the first student entrepreneurship that will undergo this will be uni storage, yeah. And but the rest we can also have top up. So lagi kat luar ni ada booth, you can do, if you have touch and go, tak payah pergi jauh-jauh, boleh top up terus dengan bendahari dekat booth sini sahaja. Dan from now on, touch and go we are also the agent for touch and go, so you can also buy hanya di USM, tak payah line up. So the 50 years jubilee card, remember, Oktober 4, 2019, USM akan celebrate our 50th anniversary. 50th anniversary, 50 tahun dah umur USM-nya. Bukan tahun ni, tahun depan. Tapi kita nak prime all of you. So sekarang ni, this 50 years jubilee card will be available by next week. Jadi semua orang takkan dapat, betul kan Datuk K? Semua orang takkan dapat lagi, tapi by next week, insya-Allah semua orang boleh beli dah this card. You can use this as the touch and go card. Dr. Khairul, remember, lawyers can be replaced by robots. So, in order to be relevant, our governance have got to be agile. There are many things that can be done, and many more that cannot be done, since we do not have full autonomy. Right? But even within the things that can be done, there's still a lot to be done. So maybe we should explore that first. But with the advent of disruptive changes, there is a need for agile university governance. Tak boleh buat dah cara lama. This is the way the university does things. Kita kena tengok sekarang ni dengan klien kita, member of the industry, how are they now going to, at the end of the day, we need to be able to work with the industry. Kadang-kadang lecturer dah ready, industri dah ready, tapi governance, masa nak sign MOA ni tak boleh buat. Tang situ kita ada problem. So for CRES, for others, remember, we will make the difference now. We will now move for agile governance in order to make sure now things are going to allow university industry to collaborate, because USM governance will now harmonize, mediate and find solution. Alright, so insyaAllah we will now move in this direction. Innovation ecosystem, makers at USM and the development of makerpreneurs. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot talk about innovation economy if we do not make innovation as part of our life. And this, by having this makers platform, we now train students and staff exposed to problem-solving challenges, build communication skill, learn to work with others, and actually now build something that is the innovation, and then showcase what they have built by pitching now to the industry or to the venture caps. So the concept of innovation can now lead to immediate spin-off companies. So while we have students who are makers, I ask now the deans, bring the problem to the classroom. Do not underestimate our students. Macam tadi USM Fit, kalau dengan apps yang kita ada, yang tadi cashless dengan apps yang apa lagi yang kita nak buat in the future, why can't we bring that problem to the classroom? We ask the students to sama-sama design all this, and we listen to the best ideas, and the best ideas is what we will adopt, because if we don't believe in our students, who do we believe in? Because we are the one who teach them. So bottom line, I say now, bring the problem to the classroom. Bagilah kita sama-sama menyelesaikan masalah, baru kita boleh dapat buy-in. And when I say problem to the classroom, I also mean bring the problem to the staff. Why not kita sama-sama innovate and create? So University Science Malaysia now takes the lead among all IPTA and has spearheaded Makers Movement since 2017, where Professor Rosni started it, backed by MCMC. Now we use think, model and make. Okay? So USM promotes this now, not only to the universities, but also to high school students via Young Makers program organized by Science at USM with our partners Academy Science Malaysia as well as MCMC. So the next step now, no more PM tepi. We will now continue to make makers now as part of our COCE and doubling all the maker zone built up and kickstart the first maker service for the bottom billion community together with the USM staff. So in short, Professor Hanafi, pengarah inovasi, and also Dato' MJ, saya dah put everything together in what creates innovation, especially for the anugerah MEA. Right? Sebenarnya USM ni buat benda in silo-silo. Actually, when I start to do this, baru kita nampak sebenarnya is a whole big picture of how we are training the students towards innovation. We have ASINET melalui HEPA dan APUSEN. We have makerpreneurs that will create the innovation. We have lecturers that is doing R&D for commercialization. We have people under APUSEN concept that is doing knowledge for change and knowledge transfer. We have EPIC, the entrepreneurial center, which is also training the students to be a business person and having entrepreneurial partnership. We have lecturers that have staff that can do blockbusters. We have that, and we have USM at Johor, and also other community where we do translational. So there are many innovative ways that we are now doing in USM. So I'm almost coming to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, USM has got to be the trusted brand. We need to, in order to make sure we are the trusted brand, we can no longer be doing things the way we are doing now. We need to set up an intelligence unit that will ensure USM is relevant today as well as provide foresight for the future. Tak boleh dah teka-teka. We need now with data and also data-driven to make sure now that where we're heading, which academic program, which research should we now be doing. This now must be done by the intelligence unit. What we lack in most public university is a whole unit that concentrate on marketing. Marketing. Cannot be just anybody doing marketing. Marketing of the USM brand now must be strengthened to build a positive image of USM via mainstream media, new media, media relation. Tak boleh dah main dengan newspaper. Ramai orang tak baca dah newspaper, dia baca blog, dia baca social media. That is now where we need to hit to create a strong buzz about USM's program activity. Tak boleh sekali-sekala. Every day that feed must now go in and enhance the number of followers now in social media. Pak Din, where are you? This is our perhubungan alumni, also our alumni. So we need now to engage our alumni for networking. Bring back the alumni who have success stories for career coaching and be the role model for the students and help give back to their alma mater and also to society. Satu lagi, MPRC, crisis management must be handled swiftly and professionally. Tak boleh dibiarkan. Apa yang berlaku, immediately shut it down professionally. We need to address that. And above all, dengan all this planning, etc., etc., efficient and effective delivery system has got to take place. Otherwise, semua ni berkecai. So we need to have all these things now in place because to be the preferred university that is number one in the hearts and minds of the people and especially to alumni, this is something that we need to do. A healthy community is a happy community. That's why we now want to have USM Fit, bukan USM Feed. Takut you all tersilap. Okay? So, USM Fit is therefore the initiative to support the call by government to increase the health status among Malaysians and to put a strict control over obesity. Dan it begins here in this university as well. This is also an R&D program. The apps yang Dr. Norehan cerita tadi ini will be among the first because this what it means here that bila kita ambil semua you all punya data for all the staff and students of USM serentak as of 1st of March kita akan ada 41,000 data. 31,000 pelajar, 10,000 staff. That makes 41,000 data. Every week kita akan upgrade. As we upgrade on our smartphone, your weight semua now is going into a repository. All this will undergo data analytics. Only then can we now predict how much money we have to take care for your medical bill, how much money we have to do this, we have to do that. We can now do a lot of prediction, and you pensyarah-pensyarah for quality of life and qualitative research can now do a lot of things with this data. This is the first time we're going to have all this data now for us to do further research and predict the movement of this university by design. Okay, so we will also have a health competition. As of today, makanlah banyak-banyak, tetapi hari ini, the food that is served outside has been calculated 450 calories. Okay, 450 calories because most of you who are sitting in the hall most of the time atau meeting seperti saya cannot afford to take more than 1,600 calorie per day. Sekali roti canai habis. So therefore, we will have a health competition and we will tell you what is the incentive that we will now give for those who have met the certain weight loss that is there. Of course, there will be now per campus, per PTJ. For the PTJ, all this is now aligned to your KPI performance. Ya, engkau, bukan kau seorang. The whole PTJ and the staff and the student and the academic staff in that PTJ has got to lose weight or you're not going to get your KPI punya performance. It's part and parcel of the KPI. Barulah we tak cakap pasal PM tepi. Okay? So, we will start to do this because I have another hidden agenda. Kita ni lama tak bersuah muka. Kita tak ada human-human interaction. So, bila kita bersama-sama do exercise, baru kita kenal dia siapa. Baru kita ada silaturahim, tidak Ustaz? Kau. So, barulah kita boleh together. Tidak macam mana kita lot of misunderstanding, miscommunication. And plus, sekarang kita ada competition antara kampus juga. Supaya kita nak tengok kehebatan pengarah-pengarah kampus kita untuk membawa PTJ bersama-sama in order to handle any situation for the campus. So, the more silaturahim tu ada, the better and happier is the family. So, we want to have a culturation of a healthy living. That's why I said to Norihan, kalau cakap kat mereka lose weight, tak guna. They don't know what they're eating. They don't know whether what they're eating is good or not. So we will have to you, program upon program, to acculturate. The whole idea is for you to lose weight so that you are fit. Bukan saja kurus saja-saja, so that kurus but you are fit. So this is the time lecturers get to know the students get to know lecturers, etc., etc. And we hope that this personalized healthcare will now be emphasized with the data, and this USM Fit will start in March 1. Amboi. Look at the happiness index for tahun 2017. 3,555 staf bercuti luar negara, you. Siapa kata USM miskin? Definitely not. And the top 5 negara yang paling digemari untuk bercuti, number 1 is Saudi Arabia. Alhamdulillah, pergi Mekah dengan umrah. Okay. Kedua, Indonesia. Ketiga, kemana ya? Thailand. Sawadika. Okay. Keempat, Australia. Kelima, United Kingdom. Ni mesti pergi London ya. Alright. And then there is negara-negara lain. Seperti bercuti di Vienna, Profesor Nazla. Atau balik India, Datuk K. Atau bermain salji di Switzerland, PUU. So you can see that kita ni semua banyak travel ni. 3,555 bercuti di luar negara. Tak main cuti-cuti dalam negeri. Except for saya dan suami je lah. Kami pergi overseas, balik Kota Baru je. Okay, for gender prihatin, a gender initiative to look into the welfare of working mothers in USM. through the establishment of a lactation room for mothers to breastfeed or for pumping breast milk for storage. Each PTJ will be providing a small area for the purpose following the international standards. International standard tak main bagi ceruk-ceruk suruh mothers buat pump dia punya milk ya. So please consult Kanita for further advice and standards. USM Green. As Malaysia is progressing towards becoming a developed nation, there is a huge amount of resources required to fuel the development, which includes highly skilled talent, energy, water, food, etc. So USM will also take this initiative as part of our Apex agenda to showcase how a community of 40,000 odd people can now live in a sustainable lifestyle through green initiative practices by lowering the carbon footprint of the USM people. So we will reduce the usage of water, energy through efficient usage, and there are many efforts now to reduce electricity, etc. Dengan cara yang lebih baik dengan LED dan sebagainya. So we will promote green lifestyle that will minimize the use of energy and water, like walking up the stairs instead of taking the lift. And we will implement research findings that can now move to replace the conventional energy with renewables. So let me recapitulate before I end some of the strategic differentiation, the big ideas that we now have to move USM in 2018 to be a preferred university. We will produce hebat students, we will create curriculum that is integrated with experiential learning, no more PM tepi, we will do social learning via APUSEN melalui K4C, Knowledge for Change. We will undergo USM Going Global with one passport, one student. We will undergo Earn and Learn via micro-credentials for personal professional development of the non-traditional students. We will move for Freebo education and translational research to the Johor community. Ladies and gentlemen, to be the preferred university, we have to be unique and we have to become a strong magnet to attract our stakeholders, not some of the time, but all of the time. And we need to do this by design. Barulah kita sekarang ni in line with the motto we lead. So ladies and gentlemen, I end with the mantra of the year. USM akan usaha menjadi anak sulung untuk memimpin dan bukan anak bongsu untuk dipimpin. #sulung selalu. InsyaAllah, together we will do it #USM style. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time and I look forward for a great 2018. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you Yang Berbahagia Datuk. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, berikan tepukan yang paling gemuruh kepada Yang Berbahagia Profesor Datuk Dr. Asma Ismail, Naib Canselor Universiti Sains Malaysia. Diharapkan dengan penyampaian perutusan itu, kita semua dapat memahami intipatinya untuk diaplikasikan dalam memperkasakan kemajuan Universiti Sains Malaysia yang tercinta untuk masa hadapan yang lebih baik.